Collective, thank you for tuning in to Tuning Wheel Tarot. This reading, I'm going to start out with some Moonology. I was pulling a lot of Virgo lately, so this read may be targeted towards Virgos, or if you have Virgo placements in your chart. Either way, definitely check out your chart, your North Node, Rising, Moon sign, Venus, Jupiter, all those things, and so this may be for any placement, whatever comes out. Also feeling a lot of Lightworker energy. I'm going to definitely pull your light oracle deck. Be bold and make the first move, like this card that jumped right out, right? Cardinal moon. So the cardinal signs, I believe, are the first ones, right, in the zodiac to display the essence of that element. For instance, I believe Aries is the cardinal sign of the fire signs. Then we have Leo's the fixed sign, right? Because that's later on in the zodiac. And then Sagittarius is the mutable sign at the end of the zodiac. So Spirit saying here, there's always somebody has to make that first step, right? So it's time to be bold and make the first move, but that's a little bit too many. Not that one though. And upside down too. You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay. So, there's been some retrogrades and things like that over the year. So if you have been feeling a little wonky how this came out upside down, right? And maybe you've thought that your goal isn't ever going to happen, right? Maybe you feel like you're just looking up here at a pipe dream and like it's never going to happen. But Spirit's saying that you're very close. So don't give up. All right, let's get into some messages here. I am going to go ahead and do a Lightworker card just because. Let's put that one in the middle. Yes, Spirit says, since I have the cardinal here. The gibbous moon. I'm not sure what gibbous means from a scientific astrological perspective. Speaking of which, there's Western astrology and then there's Vedic astrology. Vedic is more current. Neither system is 100% accurate, but I prefer the Vedic one for this time in my journey. And I would advise that you check that out if the astrological elements of this reading are something that appeals to you. So, Spirit, what do we have? It was like, hey! Right? Mintakan. Who did I say this was for? Didn't I say this for a Lightworker? It's really small on this card, but it says Lightworkers. Okay. Longing for home, belonging, the original Lightworker. So if you are a Lightworker, you may have felt kind of a sense of aloneness, right? Maybe like, where are my people? Where is my soul tribe? Okay. So if you have been longing for a home and a sense of belonging, Spirit says, this is your time now. Okay. And that, yes, that may mean that you're here as a Lightworker, which is, pretty awesome, right? On the bottom of this deck, it says Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So, these are some of the people that you might end up coming into contact with on a journey if you are a Lightworker, right? So, everybody has different names in their systems of belief. So take what resonates and leave what does not. Not every message is meant for you, but we get into the tarot here. So, Spirit, what do we have for, and Virgo. Is Virgo the Virgin in the deck, or is that Aquarius, the water bearer Virgin? I'm not sure. Anyway, one of them is. But so if you're thinking about like new energy, right? So say that is Virgo, but a new experience, being a young apprentice, if you will. And if you are a light worker, you might be like, learning things. You might be discovering things. You might be reaching new levels of understanding that you didn't think were possible before. Um, just because it's all a new experience. Leo. Who was I talking about? Aries, Leo, and then Sagittarius. Strength. So if you are on a spiritual journey, if you are discovering what kind of light worker you are, if you're a healer, what kind of, you know, um, spiritualism helps you and is going to help others as well on your journey. That's kind of part of being a light worker, is that it's not just helping you, it's helping others. Okay. Because trust me, there's other things that folks can be doing with their time, right? There's all sorts of things that we can do. We can try to make as much money as possible. We can be chasing after relationships. We can, you know what I'm saying? Page of Wands. So here's that beginner, those beginning steps, right? You're not going to go anywhere without taking those first steps. And sometimes they're going to be baby steps, right? So, and again, that feeling of belonging, a baby like being wrapped in your soul family. Okay. So that's something that you might not be used to. So messages that you might be getting might be a little unfamiliar to you. But again, think of, potentially think of them maybe in a, I hate to say, think outside the box, right? But, if you think of things in terms of messages from the universe, things might be a little bit more clear instead of just being puzzled all the time as to, well, what does that really mean? Well, what if it means just what it says? Maybe you just run right into a stop sign. Yeah, that meant stop. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't overcomplicate certain things. So very close to achieving your goal. So, if you're in a race, if you are on a racetrack, right, you have to follow the signs and the directions to achieve the finish line, right? You can't just keep going, missing all the signs, because then you're going to go off course. Thank you, Spirit. You're very close to achieving your goal. Spirit's like, you're going to be done with this video right after this. Well, I'm going to do a little clarification as well. But Spirit, what do we have for this gibbous moon here? This reminds me of like Twilight, that movie, kind of, or some kind of forest or something. Anyway. And the Page of Swords. Now, that is some chatter. I was talking about some chit chat. Now, you know what? That's an interesting thing, because as you do go on this kind of journey, you might run into a lot of folks that say, well, this is what you need to do and this is what you need to do, blah, blah, but again, and some of these people may help you, right? Because Spirit's saying here, you're very close to achieving your goal. So let's clarify here. Okay, so you have the strength. Leo could have this in your chart. Could be dealing with a Leo. Be bold and make the first move. Maybe you're a Leo. And, Leos are pretty known to be assertive, right? Forever and a day, infinity. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Yep. And if you're in a reciprocal state, then yeah, it doesn't even feel like the first move, does it? Right? Because if you feel balanced, then you're able to, which, is there balance between this like woman and this lion, but they're both sitting here peacefully. Like it ain't nothing. Exactly. 9 of Cups. Like it ain't nothing. like big whoop. Like you do you, boo, and I'll be over here with my fat cash and all the wine I can drink and clothes for days, like I mean, this may not be your style. I get it. We have avatars for that sort of thing now. Anyway, so if this is the ethereal vision you want, you can have it. And this is called the Ethereal Visions deck, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, so somebody's feeling the love here. They feel like they're, like not necessarily afraid of getting rejected, like feel like they can kind of have some coming to the table a little bit. Let's see here. What's going on with this Page of Wands? In the search for the light workers. So there's some fire too. So that's like, that might be sparking something new within you, right? 6 of Wands. So going where you're celebrated. Where do you feel, at home with your soul family? Maybe you have like, maybe you're really into sports and like you have a fantasy football league, that you just love all these people that you're around all the time or something. I don't know, like I'm just using it for an example. If that's what really moves you, and, it's all in how you look at things, right? Okay, let's see here with the Page of Wands what else we have. Okay. To victory we go. 4 of Swords. And now we're adding up to 10. So I feel like what Spirit's saying here with the 4 of Swords is like that you can sit kind of like over here in this kind of dreamy space about it, and it's going to be okay. And if you just keep trusting your intuition, it's going to come to you. So if you're worried about like what your belonging is, what your purpose is, what your light work contribution is going to be, Spirit saying it's coming to you. Just listen, watch the signs, listen to the signs. Okay. And, out of the mouths of babes, like how did they know that? Or why did they say that? Who knows? Don't shoot the messenger. Okay. So, very close to achieving your goal. I don't know what side my hair is on, so I'm like, I part it on a different side each day, seems like. What are you gonna do? Oop. 7 of Pentacles with this Page of Swords, close to achieving your goal. So more growth to come. Yes. Spirit, what else here? This Page of Swords. I'm getting distractions again, so definitely beware of those. Yeah, as above, so below. So don't let anything get in your way, and this is strong Cancer energy. The last reading I did started out with a Cancer moon, and this is interesting. This is like a full moon here. So maybe like by the next full moon cycle, something's going to come to pass for you, collective, if this is resonating with you. All right, I think I'm going to try and do a quick clarification. Libra's here also hanging out, and that's the same. This is kind of how I was feeling the 6 of Pentacles earlier. Usually I call this my ungrateful beggars card, but I was feeling it more of like the scale, like the balanced scales here. You know what I mean? When it came to kind of this partnership, in terms of making the first move. So cutting out messages that might be detrimental and getting back to the focus on your pentacles, right? So maybe part of what Spirit's also trying to say is with your light work that maybe you already have something kind of in the mix here, And it's just, it's time now to like hook it up to the chariot here, right? And then just continue along. Like, what are you waiting for? So, I mean, you have the justice. Let's see what I can get clarified here in the time of the video left. Spirit, what do we have for this collective? So this is definitely taking a turn from the original Virgo, but definitely on with the light work type stuff. And I'm glad that I ended up using that deck because the literal word light work is printed on the card that I pulled. Be like, and that's a wrap. But, I'm nosy and I like to push it sometimes, take it to the limit, right? All right, that's a song by the Eagles. Take it to the limit one more time. Spirit, what are we clarifying? This strength, the 3 of Wands. Making the first move, definitely. If you're getting the 3 of Wands, but yeah, somebody's a little curious about this stability here. Okay. So maybe that's why that card came out instead of the Justice, because it's like somebody sees it as even, but it's like not 100% yet. Yeah, because somebody still feels a little defensive over like the prospect. Okay. And maybe that's why, this first move, maybe this hasn't happened. Or maybe it did happen and then that person was like, you know what? Like, I'm doing just fine, so you can like just back up. You know what I mean? Like, so sorry if that's you, right? Just, I'm just the messenger here. Anyway, page 1. That's as long as the channel's open. You know what I mean? It's just like, you just gotta take what resonates. Anyway, page 1, Spirit, please clarify for this collective. The 8 of Wands. So I feel like I'm hearing many pages, like, in many pages of victory, like somebody wants to tell you a lot of good news. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when somebody says, how are you? And then they say, oh, and then they go on talking for the next 5 minutes. And then you're like, oh, that's great. So yeah, I gotta run, but, or whatever the situation is. I feel like it's that kind of thing. All right. And, and maybe that's just one of those things, like when you meet, some of your soul tribe family, you're like all excited about it. Be like, oh, I met this cool person, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those kind of things. 6 of Wands. Temperance, Sagittarius. There's that mutable sign, Sagittarius. So that's interesting. So maybe part of this going where you're celebrated is being around people that, if you've learned patience with yourself, then you have to be around people that are patient with you, right? Like, how to deal with yourself, but like, it's nice to be around people that are, even headed as well, right? And I feel like that's even more why this 4 of Swords is here, because it's kind of like that worry-free zone. This is the opposite of the 9 of Swords, which is like staying up late. This is like, I'm sleep as if you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, the thunderstorm is not going to wake me. I am getting my beauty rest tonight, kids. You know what I'm saying? All right. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, and not a care in the world about it. I I feel like this is too, something about investing, like your money growing overnight, that kind of thing. And that's in part why you've been able to, and maybe, and this can even be like an idea, you know what I mean, that's going to grow financially for you, and, in regards to your work. So, you know, and then here's Spirit saying, keep going because you're very close to achieving your goal. Like a lot of people give up right at the time when, they should have been pressing forward. Because you know what? There's a lot of people out there that will never take those steps. And a lot of it is just because they don't know what's going to happen. But you don't know what's going to happen anyway, so why not? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, Page of Swords. Spirit, please clarify. I am an island. I actually have I usually don't. Chariot again, Cancer. Wow. And I just did a reading for Cancer. So if you happen to have Cancer in your chart, you may want to go check out that reading. It's not even a week old. So I was just looking back at a reading I did for somebody and I was like, oh my God. Like you know what I'm saying? I was like, there's stuff happening in that reading from months ago. And I'm like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really know this person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Anyway. Seven of Pentacles, Spirit, clarify, please. Thank you. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Don't give up. Give up on what? Wow, the Empress. This is also Libra energy too, and that was at the bottom of the deck of, boy. This Five of Pentacles was really weird here. Spirit, can we clarify this, please, for the collective? I just feel like there's some spirit of determination here versus like the left-outedness that normally comes across with the Five of Pentacles. And they're also like, and see how like their heads are kind of down in front of like, so I feel like maybe this is kind of like divine justice, like people showing reverence for this goal, something you're achieving. I mean, Spirit, can you clarify the Five of Pentacles? 3 cards, please, for the Five of Pentacles, Spirit. Yeah, I just... sometimes that's how it goes. All right, Page of Cups, Pisces. I just did reading for Pisces. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So... definitely your financial security. Okay. See, that Ungrateful Beggars card came out in the front, and then I have the Five of Pentacles here, which those two are kind of viewed as that, you know. I don't know. They're all bundled up here, though. So I just feel like they're going towards security. So here's the thing. In the last reading, I had the Eight of Pentacles and then the Seven. And so it was like, I felt like Spirit was saying, don't regress. And here you have the hang one, Pisces coming through. So there might be some kind of delay here. But whatever it is, I I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because you have the King of Pentacles. Now what this delay is, and maybe the delay is with a King of Pentacles. I mean, that's possible as well. Okay. You know. You know, and the Page represents of Cups represents fertility as well. So this one's kind of hard for me because this is coming future. You know what I'm saying? So if your goal is to have some kind of family with the Empress here, you know, that, I mean, that could be another goal. Okay. Not every goal has to be like, oh, I want to build my business, or I want to get this job. Like you know, you could have a goal of, you know, creating a family, or maybe you want to move to Africa. Like, you know, whatever that goal is. Okay. Some people want to see every ballpark in the United States. Okay. Like, as above, so below, whatever that goal is, go, go, go. Because you got the Eight of Wands, you got the Chariot twice. As above, so below. You're very close to achieving your goal. I don't think I can get any more Dr. Seuss for this one evening, but I do appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you like my rhymes. Anyway, bye.